Welcome, this is Carrie Schell from On Point Quilter. In my upcoming webinar entitled Easter Egg Hunt, I will be using the Color Play collection from Northcott. Now, I did find there was a panel related to the collection that is not part of the webinar, but I thought I would use it to create a quilt in this week's video. We're going to start on the free fabric of the month, and this is on the Do You EQ website. And I'm going to scroll down because the collection I'm interested in is the September 2022 one called Color Play. If you select the keyboard, you will notice that there are options both for PCs and Mac. Pick the one that matches your computer system. It will ask where you want to save the install program, and I'm going to select Downloads and select Save. Locate the file. For those on Windows, you'll probably see the icon in the lower left corner, and you can just double-click to open it. Otherwise, navigate to where you have saved it. And then it's just going to take me through the install wizard, and it's as simple as selecting Next and Finish, and it is done. Now, sometimes people will say, but I can't see the fabrics. In order to see the fabrics, you actually have to open them in a project in EQ. So don't worry about the fact that you can't open a .fab file. Next, I am going to have you navigate to the Northcott Fabrics website. In particular, you want to go to the Color Play, which is the fabric collection that we downloaded. However, when we downloaded the fabric, it did not include the panel, and we're going to use the panel today. So, once we're on this site, select the image and right-click and select either Save Image or Save Picture As. Navigate to My EQ8 Images, label it Color Play Panel, and select Save. When I looked at the picture, it included the panel size information, which I did not want in my image. So I decided to go back to the Northcott website and select Download Fabric Files. Save this under My EQ8 Images. Open the file on your computer. Because it's a zip file, we need to uncompress it. If you're on a Mac, typically a double click will do that, or if you're on a PC, you can select the Extract All button. Make sure you know where the file is saved on your computer, and I will do an extract. Open the Color Play 75 folder and find the panel. In Electric Quilt, select New Project, and let's label this Color Play, and select OK. View the project sketchbook, select the Fabrics tab, and select Clear, followed by OK. Close the project sketchbook. Select Search Fabric Swatches, which is going to take you to the fabric libraries. Under the EQ Fabric Library, go to the 2022 Fabric of the Month, select the plus, then select the plus next to the 09 Northcott, and then select Color Play by Patty Carey. Select all fabrics, add to sketchbook, and close. Now let's bring in the panel. On the Image Work table, select Import Image. Navigate to My EQ8 Images, and we're going to go to the Color Play folder, select the subfolder, and click on the panel, and select Open. Select Add to Project Sketchbook. Select Resize Image, and note the size of 26 by 43. I have purchased the panel, and it actually is 27 by 44. Select Cancel and select Scale Fabric and type in 27 and select Apply. Select Add to Project Sketchbook. Now I want to separate the center from each of the smaller pieces at the top and bottom. Select Crop and type in 25 for the width and height and center over the flower in the center. Select Apply Crop and then Add as Fabric. View the project sketchbook. Under the Photos tab, select the resized copy of the panel and select Edit to Image Worktable. Under Crop, now set the width and height to 8 by 8 and center over the wreath of hearts. Select Apply Crop and Add as Fabric. Select the Quilt worktable and select a new quilt horizontal. On the Layout tab, change the number of blocks to 2 by 2 and change the size of the blocks to 12 by 12. Select the Border tab, add the first border and make it a 2-inch long horizontal. Select Add and make the second one a 3-inch long horizontal. Select Add and do a 2-inch long horizontal and select Add, change to the style mitered and change the size to a 1/2 inch. Select the Design tab, select Fabric Tools. If you scroll to the end, you'll notice that the last two fabrics are showing as white. When we do our own fabrics, EQ is showing us what's in the upper left corner, which happens to be white. There is a fabric preview, and you can detach that and you can get a bigger view of each of the images. So we're going to select the first cropped image, and with the Control or Command key, select one of the squares in the quilt. In each of the blocks, we're going to use 1/4 of the flower, and we're going to do that by using Fussy Cut. When moving the patch, we need to account for the seam allowances, which means we need to move in from the center. Although you can't see it, you want to move the fabric so the center dot is where the tip of the arrow is. Repeat the process for the other 4 blocks. Use the paintbrush with the Control or Command key to color the first and third borders along with the binding. When working with the fabric collection, I realized that the last 2 fabrics before the cropped fabrics are actually ombre prints. Select the dark blue one and click on the 4 border spaces for border number 2. Select Rotate Fabric, click on the patch at the bottom 1 time, the one on the left 2 times, and the one on the top 3 times. Select Add to Project Sketchbook. I also have an idea for the center. Select the block worktable and select a new block, Pieced Polydraw Block. In the Precision toolbar, change the block width and height to 12 by 12. Select the circle grid and change the number of rings to 8, and let's change the spokes to 4. Using the Poly Arc tool, we're going to start at the left edge, and so we're going to double click to start. We're going to do 1 click at the top, go in 1 ring, click on the intersection of that ring with the horizontal axes, and double click at the starting point to finish. Notice the patch will fill in. Repeat the process for 2 additional rings. Remember that you always start and finish each patch at exactly the same point. With the Pick tool, we're going to select all 3, clone, click on Rotate 1 time, position in the upper right, clone, rotate, position in the lower right, clone, rotate, and position in the lower left. Then with the poly arc, let's draw a circle for the center. Select the Color tab, locate the cropped heart fabric, and click on the center. Select Fussy Cut and drag to reposition the fabric. Then, with the paintbrush, select some of the other fabrics to color the rings and add to Project Sketchbook. Select the quilt work table, select Layer 2, and under Block Tools Set Block, scroll to the end and drag the one that we just drafted on the quilt. Select it with the Adjust tool and select Center horizontally and vertically. And I like to hide show quilt patch lines to get a better visual and add to Project Sketchbook. Thanks so much for watching. Next week, I hope to share with you another quilt that uses the rest of the pieces of the panel. If you are just starting to explore electric quilt, check out my introductory class, Shoot for the Stars with EQ8. Or are you ready for a deeper dive? Then check out the Techno Quilter membership.